know you want to come and greet our Prime Minister to encourage him and salute him, this space is actually meant for people to ask questions for clarity. That is why we're here. So please minimize the greetings and ask questions, please. If you know you don't have questions, need less of raising your hands. Allow those that have questions to raise their hands, and I give you 60 seconds. You ask your questions, and the Prime Minister will respond. Please, you know the kind of questions you have. We don't tell you questions you ask, but some security details you don't expect the Prime Minister to begin to unveil here. So just ask questions that concern Biafra, concern the restoration, concern the zoo. How do we make it? How is it going to happen? How will the zoo fall? How are we sure? Ask those questions and you will get answers instantly. So we expect you to be raising your hands ASAP. As I will start with Ifeanyi. Ifeanyi, unmute yourself and bring up your question. Thank you, Ifeanyi.
Good evening from my side. My PM, good evening from here. I salute you. My question is, I have two questions. I wanted to ask one yesterday, the two questions yesterday, but unfortunately, time did not permit me. So I will ask two questions now. First question is, since we know we have, in terms of a tradition and culture, in Biafra land, we have monarchies in Biafra land. And as it is now, the terrorist government of Nigeria had made it that we don't know the real traditional list, even though there are remnants of them that are still real traditional list that we have. All these people that are operating with the license that is being issued to them by the politicians. If Biafra is being restored today, tomorrow, what is the Biafrans going to do about those people? Are they still going to continue as a traditional rulers in different villages as they are there working for the interest of the Fulanis? Or is anything going to be done about it? That is my first question. Then my second question is, on the building of Biafra, those that already have their buildings, that have their estates, because there are individual estates here and there in Biafra land. When Biafra come, I know that most of those estates might be on the place where Biafra have mapped out for highways and all that, and the skyscrapers. What is going to be the fate of those that already have property there? Is there going to be a compensation? Or how is the government of Biafra going to treat them? Thank you, my PM. These are my questions.
Thank you very much for that wonderful question. I'm going to take it from the last one about those buildings and those who have estate and wherever. We are having Biafra government building plans, and that plans is what we're going to follow. So you must meet the standard approved by law of Biafra for any building to stand anywhere. If your building is affected, there is also either a law of compensation or whatever the law of Biafra says is what we're going to follow. But of course, it is going to be reasonable enough for those whom their building have been affected to be compensated by the government. So I believe the law will take its course on that. But no Nigeria structure is going to disrupt the plan we have for Biafra. Biafra plan remain supreme. So if you have any building anywhere and it blocks or disturb the structure we are having on ground, and we want Biafra to be better than Dubai, we are going to bulldozer it overnight. And then whatever the law says will apply to your property. Number two is, you talk about the traditional rulers. You call it traditional rulers, not political rulers, not certificate rulers, not political giving certificate rulers. You said traditional rulers. We are going back to our roots. Immediately Biafra is restored, traditional rulers will become traditional rulers. It will be the choice of the gods of the land according to how it is done in the past. We are going to restore the tradition. We're going to restore the power and the energy that made us what we are, that made the enemy to fear us. We're going to restore those powers. At the same time, we will respect other religions that are in Biafra land. And I will tell you now today that in those days, we know what our tradition means. We know when a king or a traditional ruler dies, the tradition of that particular kingdom or kindred will choose who become the next traditional ruler, and not by political appointment. Today, that particular custom, the power that we control in our land has been adulterated by the Fulani oligarchy, by the caliphate and their corruption, and those particular energy is no longer effective in our land. So we are restoring back our traditional rulers' might, right, power, and dignity. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
If I hope you are okay. Success, you want to say something?
Yes,
Please go ahead,
yes.
Success.
Okay.
No, go ahead, Master. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you, Ifeanyi. All right, please, if there is no need for, if your question is answered, you just allow the position for someone else, so that there are a lot of people that are waiting to ask questions. Maazi Gaddafi of Biafra, please go ahead and ask your questions. Thank you.
Thank you. The Prime Minister of the great nation in Africa. I salute you, sir. All comrades in the building, I salute you all. Sir, my Prime Minister, you know, as Biafra is going to be the great nation in Africa, and as the Israel of Africa, sir, and you know we are surrounded by enemies. That means we'll be expecting like rockets from our borders. Sir, will there be, in this prototype, will there be provision for bomb shelters, so that if there is any emergency, our people will have these shelters? In this prototype, sir, will there be like bomb shelters, sir? Thank you. That's just the question I have.
Thank you very much. We are going to have bomb shelters, but we are not going to make it public. Bomb shelters remain a security measure for the Biafra people, for the internal security of Biafra people, and it is within us. So we are going to know, only us will know where we have bomb shelters and where we do not have bomb shelters. And that is going to come later on. The enemy is not going to know where we have bomb shelter, where the bomb shelter is located. If they have spies in our land, they may try to know, but we're not going to give that publicly to them. So, yes, we are going to have bomb shelters. In fact, we're going to take the security of Biafra people as the most prioritized items and most prioritized issues in the Biafra government. So we are going to build very powerful bomb shelters all over Biafra land, because we know we are the second Israel in Africa. So it's going to be the same thing. But one thing I can assure you today is that the emergence of Biafra will solve terrorism in Sahel and beyond, and Africa, and by extension in Europe. Because the only place where the terrorists have a stronghold now is in Sahel and in Nigeria. And the disintegration of Nigeria is going to put an end to it. That is what we are doing today. So bomb shelters will be built across Biafra land. Not only bomb shelter, we are also going to have the alarm system. Alarm system is going to be built all over Biafra territory. At any given threat, from external threat or any aggression, the alarm system will go off. And our people will be educated and be taught how this alarm system works. Immediately you hear such alarm, you know there is a danger, and you know where to go, when to go, and how to do about it. So it is something we are taking very seriously. Thank you.
Mazi Gaddafi, that was a good response to that, and I'm sure you are satisfied. All right, Mazi Udoka Nacho, please quickly bring your question without hesitation.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow Biafrans. My PM, I greet you, my ambassador. Obokolo Shimosh Kana Bogi. Dim Bajaya for York. Ndilo me work, Uriah for Yoya. Hano Gweno Lugok. Imo Gwelugog, Olepesia, man, Hano Gwelugog, Ijaya go to for Yoya. So na Bogi Dim Bajaya for York. And my question goes like this. What is our Biafran Republic government in exile doing in case of Nigeria decided to cut off network in Biafra land due to the heat they are receiving and the things that is happening now, but the way we are trying to pull us from Nigeria? If they decided to cut off the network in Biafra land, what is the measure our Biafra Republic government in exile is putting in place to make sure that we are not that you are not live in dark? Because network and communication is the most important thing in human life. Thank you. And that is my question.
Thank you very much. We are working on having that particular solution, and it is on the table. But let me tell you, if they cut off communication, we will cut off every oil pipeline. We are going to cut off energy. We supply energy to Lagos from the southeast, supply oil to them from the southeast and the south-south. So if anything like that happens, we are not only going to cut the oil, we are going to also cut the energy. And we'll keep Lagos in darkness for as long as we want. We supply energy to Lagos. You know, a lot of people don't know this particular fact, but it's a fact. The electricity you enjoy in Lagos today is coming from the east. We supply electricity to them. So if anything like that happens, we know how to deal with them. So, and as we are dealing with them, we are restoring our network back, and Biafra will start using their own network, but they cannot have access to their own oil. They don't have any oil. They will also not have access to the energy. It will take them decades to build energy, to supply energy to Lagos. Today we supply them energy to Lagos, and we're going to cut it off too. Thank you.
Okay, my beautiful people, we've come to the end of today's question and answer from Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, where he touched issues bordering Biafrans. Thank you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. God bless you all. Bye.